President Biden is speaking in Milwaukee, where he is focusing on his administration's plan to finish replacing lead pipes across the United States. Let's go to CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane at the White House. Scott, good to see you. What more can you tell us about this plan?
A couple different things. There's a new EPA rule just finalized that would require the removal and restoration of lead pipe drinking water systems within the next 10 years. What the president is saying here is that is vital for the protection of children's health and the health of those who are using those old lead pipe water systems, but also that money has been provided for so many of these expenses and the upfront costs of this infrastructure work by the bipartisan infrastructure law passed during the initial months of the Biden presidency. This is a governmental trip. This is a governmental mission. This is a governmental rule. But all of this is happening not in a vacuum, but in the context of a home stretch of an election in which the Biden and Harris campaigns have argued. They made great strides on infrastructure investments and infrastructure improvements. They criticized former President Donald Trump for touting plans to do infrastructure, but never getting to those plans.
Why make this announcement now? And is this a done deal?
Well, so much of this is happening in the upper Midwest cities that have those legacy lead pipe systems. Think about where the scandal and the horrors were in 2014 in Flint, Michigan, where a lead pipe system led to widespread sicknesses and poisonings. In Milwaukee, in Wisconsin, not only are there lead pipe systems to be restored, but there is that upfront investment the administration is touting to help municipalities and water systems deal with the cost of doing this. This is not a cheap prospect. This is a multi-billion-dollar initiative to replace lead pipe systems, and it takes years. This new rule extends the deadline to do so to 10 years, recognizing there's a large-scale cost and a large-scale operation to make this happen.
Scott, the president started his remarks by urging everybody in the path of Milton to listen to their local officials. We know today the president is postponing an overseas trip to oversee prep for Milton. What can you tell us about that?
Not only is this a distinctively powerful hurricane coming to Florida, but this unique moment has extremely powerful misinformation circulating around the hurricanes and around the responses. You've seen the FEMA administrator, the White House, the vice president today, even North Carolina Republican members of Congress trying to push back on the conspiracy theories and misinformation circulating around the federal response to Helene. In fact, just a few moments ago, Congressman Chuck Edwards, a Republican who represents that western part of North Carolina, put it in a letter to constituents. No one controls the weather, and federal aid is being moved into North Carolina. Two different types of responses here, responding to these natural disasters, but also responding to these man-made conspiracy theories, which are doing a different type of damage.
Scott MacFarlane, thank you.